Hey people, welcome to the channel. I hope everyone had a great weekend, and in this case reacting to a little police incident right here with a few lessons to be learned. Before I go on, remember that if you want to learn how to prepare, how to react in dangerous situations like these ones, you have the channel with a lot of information. You also have my books, Surviving the Economic Collapse, Street Survival Skills. These two will really help you, especially for terms of self-defense and so on, weapons, improvised weapons, and a bunch of other things in terms of self-defense, security, and keeping yourself safe, avoiding in many cases all of these confrontations or being targeted. This one. And for the economic aspect of preparedness, as always, surviving the economic collapse based on my experience going through just that in Argentina. Also, thanks to everyone that has subscribed to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so. It is hugely appreciated. Helps out here with YouTube quite a bit. So this is what we have here, right? As always, keep your fair warning there. So this is happening. No audio, it says. So they come on, they come out pretty hot. You know, they probably got a call about someone with a gun or threats or something like that. Oh,
take your hands out of your pockets. Take your hands out of your pockets, or we will use force. If you do not listen, we will use force.
Get down on the ground.
Take your hands out of your pockets.
Get down on the ground, sir. Sir.
Take your hands out of your pockets.
Don't do it.
Hands out of your pockets.
Get your hands out of your pocket. Get your hands out of your pocket.
Hey, drop the gun. Drop the gun.
What is that?
Drop the gun.
Hey.
Drop the fucking gun.
You see it?
Yeah,
Hey, drop. Let go.
looks like it right pocket. Drop the gun.
Drop the gun now.
Hey, get off to the side.
Drop the gun.
Drop
Get
the gun.
Hand. Get the hand out of your pocket now, sir. You get shot.
If you pull out a gun, we will shoot you.
You're gonna get shot. Drop the gun.
Drop the gun.
Drop the gun now, sir.
Hands up. Hey, come on.
Let go.
4 Charlie 67 998. Let's get an ambulance started. Male black. Multiple gunshot wounds.
Pockets now. Take your hands or you get shot. Get down. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground.
Unit 4 Charles 64, one at gunpoint, holding his hands in his pockets. You need unit code 3, code red.
Get down on the ground, sir. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground, sir. Sir, I don't want to hurt you. Don't do it. Get your hands out of your pockets. Get your hands out of your pockets. What is that? Hey!
Drop the gun.
What is that? Hey! Hey! Do you see it? Hey! Let go of it now! Drop the gun now! Drop the gun! Get the other hand! Get the hand out of your pocket now, sir! You're gonna get shot! You're gonna get shot! You're gonna get shot! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun now, sir! Let go!
Okay, so that's basically it. Now, seems pretty simple. Several things here to go through. So, yeah, it's incredible how these things have so much. First of all, we see that the officers are very well trained. You know, the finger position is pretty much on little things here and there, but even when holding single-handed, which is something, you know, he needs to work his radio, he needs to communicate. So even when doing that, notice also how he's pretty high. The idea, I think, is here he's probably trying to avoid, because you have a lot of people here in the background. You have someone sitting. People just sit around screwing around. They see what's happening. Oh, look what's happening today. You know, people are just like that. So basic, and again, lots of these things, it is incredible how even the basics, we forget how it applies. Basic gun safety, be aware of your background, be aware of what's behind your target. I know of a case of someone that shot the guy he was supposed to shoot, just went through the guy, hit someone else. So these things happen, unfortunately so. Be aware of the target and what's behind it. Safety, gun safety 101, but it applies also to possible self-defense scenarios like this one, right? So guns, okay, training from the officers seems to be pretty spot on. Going a little bit higher so as to use that angle, like if you shoot downwards, there's a good chance it will hit the ground before it hits whatever is about there, okay? So ideally, you find an angle where you don't have that risk, but in such a crowded area, it is a technique that is being used at times, especially at close distance. One more thing, walking backwards, never a good idea. You don't want to walk backwards. You fall. You're a lot more likely to trip, right? In this case, it's the person here with the gun, but if it applies to us, like I'm trying to avoid a confrontation, someone is moving towards me, right? And I want to see if I can buy a little bit more time, cool down, de-escalate, talk my way out of it. But I need a little bit of time, so I'm moving away, and I want to keep that distance. So if that's me, if this is me, don't walk backwards. Diagonally, on a diagonal line is always. There's also a thing about maybe there's something about it creates more distance walking diagonally than just stepping backwards. So it's more distance. You're less likely to trip, and diagonally is always what you want to do when creating distance, not walking backwards. You don't want to turn around and leave your six, to the threat. You don't want to do that either. So lateral movements is what you want to go for, right? Hands in the pocket, a huge red flag. You don't want to deal with someone that has his hands in the pocket. He could have a knife. He could have a gun. Whatever it is, you don't want to just be cool with someone that has his hands in the pockets, or just like this. I'm okay, bro. Leave me alone. No, I don't see your hands. I'm not. At one thing that I explained here, even just keeping the slide of the gun behind your leg or your buttocks creates the sensation, the false impression that, right, you do this and the hand covers the grip. The pants or leg or whatever is part of your body is covering the slide, and it creates this false sensation of, I see most of the hand, but I don't see a gun. And in your mind, that registers as, empty hand. No, you want to see very, very clear signs of both hands being completely empty, okay? Not partial, not in their pockets, not behind the back. All things that you have to train yourself to detect. See what happens to him? He bumped against that. If it had been like a bench lower, he could have tripped over, right? So they keep the distance. They still communicate.
Looks like your right pocket. Drop the gun. Drop the gun now. Hey, get off to the side. Drop the gun.
Officers are doing a great job. You're communicating, staying aware of their environment. Telling people to move away.
Drop the gun.
This guy already made the decision. He's going with a S by cop, right?
Get the hand out of your pocket now, sir. You get shot.
He's going for the way out by cop.
You're gonna get shot. Drop the gun.
Drop the gun.
Drop the gun now, sir.
Guys, so much mental illness, so many crazy people. This is a government problem. This is a politics problem. This is where gun rights, politics, health, and spending on things that they shouldn't be spending, while not spending on things that would make life better for everyone. All of that comes here in the same place. This man is probably crazy. Besides being a criminal or whatever, he's obviously not well right here. And that's policy, that's politics, and it has its consequences. Breaks the gun out, gets down, there he goes.
Let go!
Why is it that he gets the anchor shot? Because he's not letting go of the gun, right? For whatever reason, he's just not letting go of the gun, and you cannot afford to have this go on. He's already, he has nothing left to lose. He already made his decision. He is now on one step on the other side. All he has to do is this, and you're toast. So you keep on shooting until the threat ends. It's not until he drops. It's until the threat ends that you keep on shooting. If you have a camera, and if you have even just a tiniest little bit of luck to have a judge or a jury that understands this, you will be fine. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, ideally, he would drop the gun when he falls, and that's the end of it. But if he doesn't, you are supposed to keep shooting until the threat ends.
Ambulance started. Male black. Multiple gunshot wounds.
Pockets now.
Ambulance started. 4 Charlie 67 998. Let's get an ambulance.
Yeah, he's down, man. Quit. The average commentator on the streets sharing his opinion. Shut the fuck up. You have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, he's down, man. Quit. No, we're not playing. This is not a boxing match where he was, oh, he's down. He needs a count. 1, 2. No, that's not how this works. The only way this works is you don't point a gun at me anymore. You don't hold a gun in your hand anymore. And that's when you quit. Until that moment, it's still a threat. Guys, that's basically what I see here in this video. Just, simple stuff. But these simple things are usually, all of these details are really where you either get it right or you get it wrong. And if you get it wrong, you may end up having to, pay for that. Let's say the guy dropped the gun, and out of anger, because you were mugged, because you were being robbed, because this person attacked you, he dropped the gun and you just kept on shooting, that may end up landing you in jail, right? So you have to know when to stop. Is it fair? No one said it would be. No one said anything here is fair. But if there is a camera, as it always is these days, there's always a camera around, and there's proof of you that you kept on shooting when the guy was no longer a threat, and you have just a little bit of bad luck, you may end up in jail, even if up until that point it was in fact a self-defense scenario. You just exceeded that, and it may be bad or very bad for you, depending on how serious it is and who you have deciding on your fate. Guys, it's going to be all for now. As always, see you next time. Take care.